It's a lot to unpack there. Shannon, do you like or have a problem with what Aaron said?
So, Skip, where was that guy on Sunday? Those guys in that huddle that was looking for that guy in the middle of that huddle that was expecting greatness, where was that guy at? The fact that Aaron Rodgers got to mention I'm a two-time reigning MVP. Okay, yeah, guess what? Two-time reigning MVP went 1-2 in the postseason. Only won 3 games. He won 3 games. Come on, Skip. The Packers averaging 17 points a game. That's the fewest since 1992, Brett Favre's first season. The Lions held the two-time reigning MVP to 9 points. In the previous games, they gave up 32. They gave up the most yards, the most points, and they got 9. Skip, I don't know if you know this. Kirby Joseph, guess what he is now? NFC Defensive Player of the Week against the reigning two-time MVP.
Yep.
He got something they never can take away from him. I was Defensive Player of the Week. Yeah, you ain't played nobody probably. You probably played some little scrub. Nah, bro. I picked off the reigning MVP 2 times over. What, Skip, I just want somebody to tell me, what the hell does 2 reigning MVPs got to do with... That's so now it's even more despicable. Now I'm even more disgusted. The 2-time reigning MVP got 3 victories. The 2-time reigning MVP got 3 victories. Now, he already just told you. He said he doesn't care who's out there with him.
Yep.
Okay. So why the hell why you got 3 wins? If it does not matter, it's all about you, and that's what you keep telling us. It's all about me. It don't matter what anybody else do. It's about me, the reigning MVP. I need to know why. Aaron got 3 interceptions. 3. 5-yard line, in the end zone, 22-yard line. That's where they had the ball. Got picked off closer to the goal line.
Yep.
I'm just trying to figure out. So they got the next 3 games, Cowboys, Titans, and Eagles. That don't look pretty. Now, all these teams can go, guess what they can do, Skip? Get after your quarterback. All these teams, guess what they can do, Skip? Run the football. I'm going to check back in 3 weeks and see what that the 2-time reigning MVP, I'm going to see what his record is. I'm going to see what he got to say about that. That ain't got nothing to do with this. Skip, I don't know, maybe you've been around the game a lot longer than I played it. But I've never heard in 30 years somebody in a losing streak mention what they are. What the hell they got to do with me? What they got to do with us now? I should be more disgusted that you're the 2-time reigning MVP and here we are sitting at 3-6. Man, this joker here, again, what is it about, Skip? He got to mention what he is, not the team. Ain't nothing, man. We struggling right now, man. We gonna get that thing together, though. It's about him. Do y'all know who I am? Yeah, they losing. Yeah, they agree. They not very good. It don't matter who around, anybody want, but me. It's all about him. Always about him. I've never heard Peyton Manning mention I'm the 2-time. I've never heard Tom Brady. I've never heard any other MVP. Joe Montana, I've never even heard it. As a matter of fact, I played with John for a decade, and I didn't even know hell. If you didn't know it, you would never know he won the MVP. He never mentioned it.
Don't need to. Don't have to. Don't want to. This is different. This guy is put together very differently than any quarterback ever. I've been on him from the start. All-time finger-pointing blame deflector, master media manipulator that I've ever seen. You have lauded his ability to throw the football because you've never seen anything quite like it before. It is, to use your term, transcendent.
Yes.
But as a leader, he's the opposite of transcendent. He is transparent is what he is.
Yes.
Because he's a fraud as a leader. Yet, I get where he's coming from at this moment yesterday on the McAfee Show. I get it because I think he's looking at Sunday's opponent as the one opponent in this league he has owned psychologically and performance-wise. He has owned my Cowboys. I don't care what you say, he has owned us, and he is 2-0 in the postseason against my Dallas Cowboys. And he's 7-2 overall, and the first loss came in his 3rd start of his career, so I chalked that one up. His team gave up 217 yards rushing at Lambeau, so I don't put that one on Aaron. And the only other time he lost was when it was a welcome world. It was
versus they started?
No, it was the Dak and Zeke game at Lambeau. It was hello world for them. Like, wait, that's the day I came in here on that Monday. I said, I think I got something here because they went up there and just did a number on the Packers.
They did.
But it was both Dak and Zeke rising above Aaron, who played pretty well. Otherwise, he has annihilated and humiliated us. And I think he's speaking from a position of strength just because he knows that opponent is coming back. That's just me. And I do respect and fear him only against my team because, to all your points, when you say, I'm still the reigning defending two-time MVP, and where did that get you in the postseason? Because all time in the postseason, the transcendent thrower of the football is now 11-10 overall.
Right.
Overall, he's 11-10. But since that long ago, far away Super Bowl run where they went on the road to win 4 straight games, including the Super Bowl in Dallas, since then, he's 7-9 in the postseason. 7-9, and as you well know, we've talked about it 1,000 times, the last 2 years, he was the #1 seed in the conference and lost games at home to Tom Brady and then to Jimmy G last year. And he stunk. He stunk up both games. And he backed up the MVP. No, he invalidated the MVP both times, right?
Yes.
And if you look hard at the 7 games he's won in the postseason since the Super Bowl, he beat Joe Webb, a receiver starting at quarterback for the Vikings. Then he beat Kirk Cousins at Kirk Cousins. We're going to discuss him in a few minutes. I just don't trust him in big games. And then there was we're going to discuss this in a few minutes, the Dez robbery, because Dez caught it. Then there was speaking of Odell, as we just did, there was Odell goes to South Beach for the boat trip to get ready for the Frozen Tundra playoff game, which was Odell's first.
Right.
And they were not ready to play in that game. Then there was the Mason Crossbar game at Dallas, which just tore my guts out when Mason Crossbar makes intergalactic field goals from 56 and 51, neither of which I thought had a prayer of making it over the crossbar, and both of them did. I don't know how. Then remember, they beat the Rams when Aaron Donald had cracked ribs and Jared Goff was playing with pins in his throwing thumb. Okay? It's just not impressive, even the 7. But I give him the fact that when he plays Dallas, and I have a theory about this, which I'm going to do on my podcast today, but he loves to beat Dallas. He just loves to. And a lot of players do love to beat Dallas, and he has beaten Dallas routinely and consistently.
Skip, look, I used to have an uncle that every time I brought someone around, you say, I used to change that boy a diaper. We're very different people now. Aaron Rodgers is a different player, and the Cowboys are a very different team.
I hope you're right, and I think you're right. I think you're right.
But Skip, he keeps telling you what he is.
Yep.
The 2-time reigning MVP is the quarterback of a team that's averaging 17 points a game.
Yeah.
He's the quarterback of a team that's 3-6. Instead of saying, we're strong, us.
I got it.
He's giving you his accolades.
No, I got it. But at Detroit, he's right when he said we went up and down the field. They did. They went up and down the field. But when it came time to cash, 3 straight times, it was his so uncharacteristic blunders because remember, he just won back-to-back MVPs. He threw 5 interceptions and 4 interceptions in those 2 seasons. What's he known for? Not throwing interceptions.
Right.
Then he throws 3 against the worst defense in pro football at Detroit, right?
But here's the
3,
thing, though,
and they were horrendous.
But Skip, in order for you, like in football, I don't know if Aaron knows this, but there's an area, it's 50 yards long and 10 yards deep. If you're on offense, you only get points if you get in that area. So going up and down the field don't do a damn thing for you.
It doesn't. But he was making the point, hey, we beat ourselves. No, you beat yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Ain't nobody
he didn't say that.
Skip, ain't nobody fumbled the ball. Ain't nobody did that.
No. You did that.
How many interceptions did you throw in the end zone? 2. And then throw another one at the 4-yard line.
It was like at the 4-yard line. Yep, you're going in. We're talking about 21-point swing there, right?
Yeah.
21 points. Well, obviously, if you cash those 3, we're having a different story.
We were going up and down the field. Then you should have said, and then I gagged it. We were doing a great job. We were running the football. We was dumping it off. Guys were making plays, and then I gagged it up. Okay.
So I believe that psychologically, Aaron is hanging on to the fact that he's made such big plays against Dallas, and I'm going to show you one that I lose sleep over this one. Remember the playoff game, Dak Zeke's rookie year. It's after the 2016 season. We've got home field advantage. Right. We're the #1 seed. We went 13-3. They jump out 21-3 on us, and Dak brings us all the way back by throwing for 305 yards, and all of a sudden we got a 31-all tie. Remember this? And we pushed them back into 3rd and 20. I look up, and they got a 51-yard field goal to win it.
Yep.
The roof is up.
Right.
I mean, the roof's on top, right? And so what happened there? I have no idea. And then just to drive home my point about how confident he is against the Cowboys, then he comes back to Jerry World the next year for a regular season game, and they're trailing near the end. That's what he's speaking from. He's thinking, do you know who I am against these guys?
But he ain't got Devontae. He don't have Jordy Nelson.
He does not.
He don't have Greg Jennings or James Jones or Donald Driver
he does
or
not.
a 25-year-old Randall Cobb.
Well, heck, he doesn't even have Romeo Dobbs, who's out with what do you have, an ankle injury?
Right.
Yeah.
He got Alan Lazard and Christian Woods. And so we're going to find out.
Okay, we're going to find out. I'm with you. They are teetering on extinction right here. I know our man Lil Wayne wrote them off last week and said R.I.P. to the season. But as Aaron said after the game, and I don't disagree with his premise. He says, we got 2 games at home. Let us win these 2 home games, and this thing would look a little different. Well, that's true. If they could get to, what would that make him, 5-6, it would start to look a little different. If they could beat Dallas, and they got Tennessee on Thursday, I think, at home. Okay, so that's what he's looking
Well,
at.
they're going to have to do a better job of stopping the run. And you know Tennessee can pressure the quarterback. Ask Mahomes.
Yep. No, they got after
They can get after your quarterback.
Agreed.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.